Welcome to Yorkshireman Models. Today we're unboxing the EDUARD profipack edition of the MIG-21pf, that is, scale 148. We'll have a look, see what you get with the actual kit. I've done the 172 version of this and I really love the kit, I love the build, and I'm hoping this is that step better, more detail, better kit. We'll have to see. On the outside of the box it tells you the item is 8263. There's your barcode. Got your picture that's on the front, obviously EDUARD telling you the address and that. Tells you it's got plastic parts for one scale model, decals for 5 different versions. There's photo etch and die cut masks, which is what you get with the profipack. That's why they're lovely, these profipacks. The side, oops, sorry, it's just so they can see it on the shelf, and again you've got your thing, and here's your actual decal options. You've got a Vietnam, Czechoslovakian, Soviet Union, the German Democratic Republic, and at the end you've got a Polish version. They all look very nice indeed. So we'll see what you get inside it. Right, first off, let's get the box opened. There's no tape or anything on the side, so you're straight in with EDUARD boxes. We've got the first sprue is your clear sprue. Looks like 2 canopies, 1 nose piece for an open canopy, I'd say. Saying that it can't because they've both got the nose piece attached, so must be wrong there. Anyway, there's your clear sprue. Second bag is, there is at least 3 sprues in that bag. Looks like your main fuselage sections and then parts of wings. You've got another bag, so there's 2 big bags of plastic sprues, and there is 3 sprues in there. Missiles, fuel tanks, stuff like that, cockpit details. 1 set of instructions. Sorry about that. 1 set of instructions there. Just not the camera. And decals. You do get 2 sets. Your masking sheet. These are absolutely fantastic. I love masking sheets. Wish more did them. And a little bit of photo etch there that you can see. And then you've got your main, I think that's most of your cockpit photo etch there. Your seat belts there. Instrument dials and ones on the sides. So we'll put the box to the side, put them there, that and that, and we'll go through it like what it came in the actual box. So first off we'll have the canopy. We've got scratches on that already, you can see where it's, I don't know whether it's when it's been made, but there are scratches there, and it's not bad scratches, it's just, I don't know if you can see it or not, but in the right light you can see where it's been rubbed there. They should come out with some Tamiya fine finish paste easily, then they're that fine. But yeah, I don't like it when you've got them, you can see there on it, just there, just a little bit rough. Could even be from the bag where it's rubbed against it, but it'd be fine, I'm sure it will when I come to do it. So we've got that piece, it's got to be right at the front somehow, somewhere, or whatever that, or at the back probably. And we've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4 there, smaller little parts that are obviously running lights and stuff like that. Put that back in the bag because that's the last thing we want to do, is to make that worse than what it is. Right, in this bag I've got the Fuselage one. Just get it open. They always come like this, do EDUARD kits, these resealable bags. I do wish they'd put individual bag per sprue, but they don't. So move them all there. We'll start with the top one. There's some nice detail on that, it's very nice detail. Lovely recess lines, very nice. Plastic feels as Eduard's always does. Nice hard plastic, a little bit playable, movable, as you can see there. But yeah, can't see any flash. All looks really well. It's a little bit of, tiny bit of flash, you know, where you're going to have to sand off, but you're always sanding off anyway. Nice, is it sprue gates called or whatever, where you can connect and your nippers can get nice and easy into these. Nice big gaps. Bit tighter there, very tight on that one, but most of them not too bad at all. And the little connection points, which is always preferable. There's nothing worse than when you've got a great big fat one and when you cut it, it snaps half a flipping kit off if you've got some cheap snips. But there's not a lot on inside of these, even for Cockpit and that, because you've got most of your details coming on other parts that you're gluing. So I'll put that one there. This section here, these two glued together and they make part of the top at fuselage and obviously your tail section. Just turn that back around there, and we're getting some cockpit details here. That looks like your back of your seat. It looks like it's part at seat, probably where that connects. We've got the instrument panel and that here, but we'll probably use a number 10 which is completely blank, as you can see, and the reason for that is you're sticking the PE parts on. These are more cockpit details here. These little tiny dials. For a lot of them, you've got blank versions as well, what you put on, so you're sticking your PE parts on top. If not, you're scraping a lot of that detail off. But yeah, looks very nice. Lots of little tiny fins, stuff like that, which can be a pain, in all honesty. Turn it over, bit of detail on a couple of bits, but that's about it. Most of that is all hidden when it gets glued in place. The wings, and they are really small when you look at it, but that's what the MiG-21 is. They have really small wings and a great long dart shape of a fuselage, but that's what made it so fast and so manoeuvrable. But wings look absolutely beautiful. We've got lots of rivet detail there, all nice and sunken in. Again, the plastic, there's no carrier oily film that you get on them sometimes that makes it so you've got no choice but to wash the kit. I don't always wash all my kits. There's some certain kits they're going to get washed no matter what, because they're covered in the oil, but these feel fine. And I always prime my kits now. But too many mistakes where I didn't prime it and the paint comes off on edges, so it should be fine. A little bit for the undercarriage, but I don't really think you see any of that, but you see that little bit there. So that's one bag of sprues done. Again, there were nothing on them sprues, as in flash and stuff like that. But before I do that, I will just tell you the sprue numbers on these, or letters. That one is, oh, they ain't got them. Ah, right, fair enough then. That's good, isn't it? Yeah, just says MiG-21 on them. 148. That might be. Is that a V up there? No sprue numbers. Ah well, you've got to work that out yourself. I don't like that. I prefer it when there's an actual number on the actual sprue. Probably should turn it over and make sure it isn't on the other side of them there. No sprue numbers or letters like A to 10, or A, B, C and all that. It's, yeah, I prefer it when you've actually got something that you can reference. You want the sprue A and stuff like that. Oh no, we have sprue C. So that's the sprue C there. Sorry about that, I didn't see them. Just put them three back there. It says 148 Eduard MiG-21. There's no sprue lettering on that one. Then again, you know what it is, it's wings. That one says Eduard. It says V there, so I'm presuming that's sprue V, which must be. That's a sprue V. So, and the very first one we did, which is the fuselage one. Hang on, that's up here, is it? A sprue U. We're jumping about in the actual alphabet there for them. So, sprue C. Sorry about that. I just like to make sure that you know what you're playing with when you're doing it. You know what sprue you're diving into without trying to look through everything. So, sprue C. More cockpit details. Loads of it. Take some painting, some of that wire in there if you've got the ability to. But if you can, make it look beautiful. We've got more smaller parts here that are going on outside of aircraft and other places. This is the engine section, I'm pretty sure on it. And I remember on the last one what I built, that what engine. These were, if I remember right, internal parts for the undercarriage in the the bay where it is. I think that's more of your cockpit, but I might be wrong. Might be the not bomb bay, sorry, the undercarriage bay. But they all look really well. They're really well detailed. Absolutely excellent, like that one there. Absolutely beautiful there. All of that, like I say, all of that piping. Again, that's the undercarriage sections, I believe, there. But yeah, beautiful details, crisp parts, and I can't see out wrong with them at all. Sprue C. And there were 4 in this one, not 3, sorry. And this one is sprue D, and we've got engine details here, I'm sure on it here. Nose cone, some undercarriage, probably a front one. That looks like bottom at sea. It's certainly mixed up. They've certainly put the parts all over wherever they can get them. Wheels. It is definitely a big mix of stuff. More undercarriage. Yeah. All of these little parts off here, I find these an absolute nightmare to cut out sometimes. You're terrified of breaking these little bits off. But I did it on the other one, the 172 scale, so being even larger, I'm pretty sure it would be okay to do it on that, to be honest. And this one is sprue E, and you've got your drop tanks, missiles, all various bits like that here. These look like your holders for them, whatever it is here, yeah. Your rails for them. Yeah, all different stuff like that there. They're your external bits that you've got a choice which you're going to put on, what you're not going to use, stuff like that. And it looks like we've got another of the same, probably the parts that are reflective opposite, so you stick them together. That one is sprue E, and I think the other one was as well. I forgot to mention that one. Sprue E as well, yes. So you get 2 of the same sprue E's. So that's the actual plastic itself done. On that point, at this stage, I'd be grateful if you'd just click the subscribe button. Help my channel out a lot, really will. Be grateful for that. And if you don't want to subscribe, I understand. As grateful as if you'll just click the like button. Give it a thumbs up. Let us know you like the channel. Well, the video, should I say. Right, we'll do the PE parts. So, cockpit details first. I'll do it the way that it's right there. That might be better if I put it there like that. There you go. And you can see cockpit, sides and more sides, seat belts, more at seat belts and parts there. Actually folding them over and everything. That's probably a central column. Lots of little bits. But yeah, I think these make a cockpit, PE parts like that. Because you can't, well, I'm saying you can't. I've seen people paint them as good as this in reality. But we're talking about a way class above me. I mean, I'm just an happy modeller that likes doing this whenever I can. It's my hobby, it's what I do. Love it. More PE parts. That looks like more of the seat, actually, as if you've got another one there. I don't know if you need that, to be honest. The other one looked brilliant on the seat, that if it is it. But them, they were a lot smaller on the 172, those bits there, and the broke every one off. Did my head and lost them all, could have broke them off. But I suppose you could jewellery rig some more, but they look a little bit more bigger, stable, less likely on that there. But yeah, they all look nice. Nice PE parts. Masking, right. You'll not see it, but I'll get it out. But the likelihood of you seeing it's very slim. I'll tilt it a few times, you might be able to get it, but we're talking about really fine cut into that there. And if you can see, that's your maskings for all your clear parts, so you can cover them, and then that way you don't accidentally get any paint on them when you're painting them. Do the instructions next, and we'll save the decals for last. Right, instructions. You've got a little bit of a bump about the actual aircraft, all in English on this side. You've got all about it, interceptor, all about the MiGs, where they've been used all over the world, like Europe, Asia, Africa, South America. They've been used everywhere, these things. The prolific all over the world are MiG-21s. So we enter it, and I'll just state first, the instructions are all English, you can see. So if you've got if you're after you know, like say a Polish version or a French or I'm presuming that you'll get the instructions like that. If not, I don't know where you anything like that, but like I say, these are all English. We've got telling you what to look out for when you're making it. I'll just zoom this in a little bit closer. It's probably better. Right, telling you how you're making it, like the different things it's telling you on it. Instructions for, that's what we've got to do an hole for drilling, that's for bending, different optional extras, stuff like that. Remove something when it shows you at knife. We've gotten the sprue things to tell you exactly what you're getting on sprue C, D, E, S, T, U, and V. That is S, even though I couldn't find it, unless it were my eyes, but that's S, 8230S, right? In blue are the parts you're not using. So, you know, there's a lot of spares going to be there, a lot of spares. Photo-etched parts telling you, and your masking, showing you what you're using out. The bits that are not great is what you're actually using. Paints, you've got different manufacturers. We've got Guns, the Creos, and we've got Mission paints. Now, I prefer it if they give a few more like Vallejo or Tamiya or something, but that's what you've got. You can cross-reference, which is fine with me. Starts with, we've not got them numbered into parts by the look, but what we've got is, you started with your cockpit. They nearly always do EDUARD kits start with cockpit, so cockpit build up. The PE is the photo etch. So you've got all of these parts. Be very careful, because a lot of the time with these PE parts you want to be painting this lot before you put your PE parts on, otherwise, especially if you're spraying, otherwise it's hard to do it after. You're doing a lot of masking, and take it from me, the masking half at times pulls the PE parts off if it's not glued 100%. So more cockpit, engine details down at the bottom. You can see, and a lot of this is not seen, I'll be honest with you. You're only seeing down the centre there, and you don't see a great deal of it, because as soon as you get to that one, you're not seeing a lot of this here, but you can see some. It is nice, but you really got to get in close to see that kind of detail. Next page, undercarriage. It's near enough, I think it's the exact same build as what it was for 172. And then more cockpit, more PE parts are going on in your cockpit. These are all your sides that are connected to the fuselage. Your fuselage is coming together. These are the pieces for the top, which I said, those two glued together, and then it sits directly on top of that. Now, it'd be nice if they could have made that one part, and then you've not got to worry about that little bit of seam line, but hey, that's what it is. Next section here, you've got the wings, where you put in all of the P parts inside there. You have got a couple of parts, there's some clear parts, where are they? There, T5s there that are going in, and then they're, if I remember right, I think they're clear as well. These are all getting painted, slightly different. If they're not clear, then if I remember right, they're all getting so that when you look up you see little tiny different colours of it for variants. Wing and fuselage coming together. More work done on wings, the top, your air brakes, whether you have them open, closed, different things like that. We've started to get down to some of the smaller stuff now. We've done air brakes, that's if it's deployed hanging down. A lot of the time I don't do that unless they're in motion, meant to be flying. We've got the undercarriage now, we've got the wheels, again, well, the undercarriage being built and the wheels and all that being fitted here. Personally I always leave this, I build them and then I leave fitting them to last, because you've got to paint them and it's easy, I think, painting when the wheels are not on. We've got the canopy, again, that usually is my very last thing I do, is canopies, or nearly last. This is where it gets a bit strange with Eduard, and it does work. It worked on the last one and it worked fantastic. Now you're building the actual seat, and you'd think this seat would be built with the cockpit. No, it gets built on its own and it gets just slid straight down and it does go straight in. Absolutely lovely. When you put it in, you just slip it straight into there. It's fantastic. Plastic canopy going on there. Oh, it looks like it's underneath it, that bit that we saw first, so it sits over the top, and it does do open canopy, so it opens up at the front like so, rather than the other. Bit weird, but hey. But yeah, we've gotten the bombs, the missiles, the fuel tanks, whatever you want to say. I think it's just missiles more than anything, and fuel tanks. Yeah, the missiles, your heat seekers and your radar ones. They are supposedly those that are the equivalent of the American ones, but what the Russians did. We've got pylons there, and then it's just telling you, you've got your external fuel tank, your different 800 litre or your 490 litre one there, or you can choose which weapons and external fuel tanks, as it says there, but you've got your weapons here, your different variants there. We only carried 2. It did have a cannon underneath, but that were an add-on as well. It were a fast interceptor, get in, hit, get out. And you've got some lovely colourised colourised photos for your actual paint schemes now. So, first one. Late 60s, early 70s, the Fighter Regiment of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. They do look nice in this white, but it's a hard, very hard colour to model, in all honesty, because you've got to try and get some panel lining. If you want, you can just paint it white and be done with it, but they're a lot harder, I think, than painting these kind of colours. So this one is the German Democratic Republic, a late 80s one. And again, looks lovely. So I've seen, well, I think I might have done the under blue on the other one, but that blue is a lovely blue, really is. Soviet Air Force one here, and again that whitey colour. I mean, the reds and all that stand out absolutely fantastic with it, but yeah, does look nice. But Czechoslovakian version in late 1968. We've got a 1980s Soviet Union one, and a very nice yellow and green different camouflage, as you see as it goes down, where it's going across like that, rather than just blotches all over. And the very last one, another white one, and that one's the Polish 1980s. A little bit less red and colour on it, but it's got some lovely insignia at the front. But yeah, your decal stencil positionings for on your missiles and your pylons and your fuel tanks. Not a lot on them. And then that one is one heck of a lot of decals, little tiny ones that you have to fit. I'll be honest with you, on my 172 they gave you all of this, and some of them you couldn't even hold them with tweezers, put them on, do anything, they were that tiny. But they give you them all. They don't mess about, Eduard, that's for sure. So last but not least, when I get in it, here it is. is your decals, transfers, whatever you want to call them. Definitely not stickers. I always call them decals, and I might be pronouncing it wrong, but that's because I'm from Yorkshire and, hey, you know. Right, these are the little ones. You can see 148, although these are look like they're a lot more easier to use, but you can see how many you get, and I'll be honest with you, some of these you can even read if you get a magnifying glass on them. They're that good. It's unbelievable. That one, them, I can see out numbers there, very plain. They're absolutely fantastic, to be honest. Now these are probably, and they look like they are, because there's a lot of carrier film on that as well, but they're more than likely the peelables. They look like it. I'm not 100% sure. These I won't even attempt to peel the carrier film off. All that ends up happening is they just rip off half at the time with the really little ones. Let's have a look at these ones. Again, yeah, they look like the peelable versions, and I have got away with it. I have used them, and if the kit's, so it says 2021, they're probably going to be fantastic peelable ones. But when they first came out, these peelable decals, they were an absolute nightmare. You pulled half a decal away, well, the actual colouring behind with a carrier film. And I think it's a great idea, but I'm not sure they're working right at the moment. It's as if the carrier film's too strong for the decal, and it's pulling the decal away at times. So what I tend to do now is I put my decal on using either Mr. Mark softener or Microsoft and thingy. Leave them for a full 24 hours, guaranteed 24 hours before you try taking it off, and then just steadily start peeling it away. If you see the decal starting to pull any of the back off, sorry about that, it's my phone, it's my work, that's all I ever do other than modelling, but if you see it starting to pull away, it's time to stop. Just forget it. Just get a gloss coat over the top of it all, and then protect it so that you're covering up these, I'd say, a lot of carrier film. But like I say, I wish they'd go to the older style at the minute until they get it perfected, but you never know, these might be good. So my only bane at the minute with Eduard is the decal. And on that note, that's the end of the video. That's everything that you've got in this absolutely cracking looking MiG-21. And I'll catch you around later, hopefully. Be some more build videos going up soon, unboxings. I've got a few builds already done, waiting to be actually made into videos and put out. My problem is, very busy at work at the minute, so doing my best to try and get as much done in my modelling and putting it out for my YouTube channel. But thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Catch you all later.